My trashy cousin seduced every guy friend I ever had until I introduced her to my friend who's actually a cop investigating her for fraud. My name is Madison, and I need to tell you about my cousin Brittany because what happened last month still doesn't feel real. I'm sitting in my apartment right now, looking at the court summons on my coffee table, and I keep replaying everything in my head. How it started, how it ended, and how I finally got my life back. But let me back up, way back. Because this story doesn't start when Brittany moved to Chicago. It starts when we were kids. Brittany and I grew up in the same small town in Wisconsin. Our moms were sisters. We spent every holiday together, every family vacation, every Sunday dinner. When we were little, maybe 5 or 6, we were actually close. We'd play dolls together, have sleepovers, share secrets, but something changed. When we hit middle school, Brittany got pretty, like really pretty. Overnight, it seemed. She went from being this awkward kid with braces to this gorgeous teenager that everyone noticed. And she knew it. She knew the power she had. I remember being 13 and watching boys literally walk into walls because they were staring at her. Teachers gave her extensions on assignments. The principal let her skip detention. Everyone loved Brittany, except me, because I saw what she really was. In 8th grade, I had my first real crush. His name was Kevin. He sat next to me in science class. We'd been talking for months. He'd finally asked me to the spring dance. I told Brittany about it, because that's what cousins do, right? You share your excitement, your joy. She showed up to the dance in a red dress, found Kevin, danced with him all night. They dated for 3 months. When I confronted her, she said, "Madison, if he really liked you, I wouldn't have been able to steal him. I did you a favor. He was weak." That was her philosophy. That was always her philosophy. If she could take it, it wasn't worth having. After high school, we went to different colleges. I thought I was free. I went to school in Illinois, studied graphic design, made real friends, had real relationships. Brittany went to Florida and I barely heard from her. Just occasional updates from my mom. Brittany was doing great. Brittany had a new boyfriend. Brittany was starting a business. Brittany. I didn't care. I'd built a life without her in it. Then 3 years ago, my phone rang. "Mads, it's me," Brittany said. Her voice sounded different, smaller. "I need your help." She told me she just left an awful situation. A boyfriend who'd turned violent. She had nowhere to go. No money. Just the clothes on her back. "I know we haven't been close," she said. "I know I wasn't always nice to you when we were kids, but you're family. You're the only person I trust." I should have hung up. Should have told her to call our moms. Should have said no. But I heard the fear in her voice, and despite everything, despite Kevin and every other thing she'd done, she was still my cousin. "Okay," I said. "You can stay with me just for a little while." The biggest mistake of my life. Brittany showed up at my Chicago apartment 3 days later. 2 suitcases, designer sunglasses, and that smile. That same smile she'd had since we were kids. The one that said she'd already won. "Thank you so much," she said, hugging me. "I promise I won't be any trouble." Another lie. The first week was actually okay. She slept on my couch, made breakfast a few times, said she was looking for jobs. We'd watch TV together at night, and for a moment I thought maybe things would be different. Maybe we could have a real relationship. I was working from home as a graphic designer, had a good client base, made decent money. My apartment was small but nice. 1 bedroom in Lincoln Park. Everything I'd worked for. Brittany would sit on the couch while I worked, scrolling through her phone. Always on her phone. I'd hear her laughing, texting, talking to people. When I asked who she was talking to, she'd just say, "Friends from Florida." The second week, Tyler came over. Tyler Chen, my best friend since sophomore year of college. We'd met in an art history class neither of us wanted to take. He was studying engineering, I was doing design, and we just clicked. Spent hours talking about everything and nothing. We tried dating once, junior year. It lasted 3 weeks. We were both miserable. Realized we were better as friends, best friends, the kind of friends who knew everything about each other, who could sit in silence, and it wasn't weird. Who showed up when the other needed them? Tyler had a girlfriend when Brittany moved in. Her name was Amy. Nice girl, a teacher. They'd been together almost a year. It was getting serious. He'd talked about proposing. He came over that Wednesday because we had plans to watch a movie, some horror thing he'd been excited about. He knocked on the door at 7. I was on a work call in my bedroom. Client from New York who never respected time zones. I heard Brittany answer the door. I heard her voice, all sugar and honey. "You must be Tyler. Madison's told me so much about you. Come in, come in." The call lasted 23 minutes. When I came out, Brittany was sitting on the couch next to Tyler. Not just next to him, pressed against him, her leg touching his, her hand on his arm, laughing at something he said. Tyler looked uncomfortable, but also interested. I knew that look. I'd seen it before. "Hey, Mads," Brittany said, not moving away. "Tyler was just telling me about his job. He's an engineer at some big firm." "Isn't that amazing?" "We work at the same company," Tyler said, looking at me. "Sorry, your call ran long."